Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
See you again.
Huh?
See you again. Since the last night.
Wait, it went a little bit funky.
Oh, I said it's good to see you again from the last night.
Yes. We're doing realtor time, so we'll wait a few minutes.
Okay.
Hi, Christian. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Keller
Hello.
Williams. Mario connecting. You guys all have your participant guides? So what I'll do is once we get more people on, I'll upload the file, because if they get on after I upload the file, they won't see it. So this way I just do it once. We're probably gonna wait another like 3 minutes, just because I know from last time, people were still getting on like at 10:04, 10:05. How's everyone's days going so far?
Going well, thank you. Can you hear
Good.
me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Let's see, we'll give it a couple more minutes. Hi, Andrea.
Good morning.
Good morning. Shortly, I'll be putting up the participant guide for those of you that don't have it. I'm gonna wait another minute till 10:05. See if anyone else joins. Hi, Linus, how are you? All right, I'm gonna upload the participant guide for you guys right now. And does everybody know how to get it from your KW Connect? If you can just unmute yourself if you do not. Okay, does everybody have it? Okay, I know Andrea does. Brandon does. Suhei does, okay. Did I say that right? Is it Suhei?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, just checking. All right, guys, I'll switch us out to the PowerPoint. All right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about lead generating for buyers and sellers, basically through marketing, market seller listings, as well as generating leads for buyers, okay? So let's take a, let me just move this up so you guys can see it. You can see the full screen now, right?
Yeah.
Susie, I thought we were doing marketing today, and the participant guide says marketing too.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I thought we were doing the dive deep into marketing, and I think the participant guide that I opened says marketing. Am I off somewhere?
Yeah, we're doing marketing, and your participant guide says marketing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. I think with your participant guide, a lot of it is more just being able to take the notes. On this one, I noticed there were less pages.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah. So we're going to review the differences right now between marketing and prospecting. Okay. Can anybody tell me the difference between marketing and prospecting? Remember, guys, I'm not afraid to call on you. It's up there. Are you guys able to see the screen? Okay, so marketing is money intensive, so it can cost money. It's passive, and it's for long-term results. When you're prospecting, that is more time intensive. It is proactive versus passive, and very typically you are gaining immediate results. So somebody tell me some examples of marketing that you've either seen or are familiar with.
Like newsletter farms, postcards,
Yep.
ads.
Andrea, you're absolutely right. So we'll dive deeper into marketing. Let's go. So guys, this is also on your participant guide, but can you see here the differences? So if you look at prospecting, right? So, and it's in page 4 in your participant guide. And clearly there's a variety of marketing methods to share in this message. So does someone want to go through prospecting and kind of read through that page for me, please, or through this slide right here, just on the prospecting?
I can do it.
Thank you, Suhei.
You're welcome. So prospecting is phone or face-to-face, listings without agency, for sale by owners, expired listings. It's also circle prospecting neighborhoods, apartment complexes, recently sold listings, recently listed properties.
And I'm going to pause you right there, Suhei.
Yeah.
Does everybody understand what circle prospecting is?
So.
If someone doesn't, can you either put it in the chat or?
Is it kind of like for example, if you had a listing and going around the neighborhood, the 200 closest properties, and either go knocking or calling them to let them know about what you're doing and the house that's for sale, and if they know anybody that might.
Yep. Yep, you're absolutely right, Andrea. Thank you. Okay, Suhei, keep going on number 3.
So number 3, community outreach, excuse me, charity and volunteer work. Number 4, key relationships like corporations, builders, banks, third-party data companies, investors. Number 5 is teaching and speaking opportunities. Number 6, meals. 7 is door-to-door canvassing. 8, networking events. 9, booths and kiosks, and 10, walk-ins.
Okay. And guys, here's a reality. Everybody has different personality styles and strengths and weaknesses. So when it comes to prospecting, it's important to pick a lane. In other words, you're not going to have 10 lead generating sources because your hours in the day are going to be cut thin, right? So typically when you're figuring out what type of prospecting I'm going to do, usually you want to take 3 to 4 different things and kind of stick to those and clearly give it some time. So like for you, Andrea, what would be something that would work for you in terms of circle prospecting?
Well, before it'd be nice to door knock and invite people or chit chat with face-to-face people, but
Yeah.
I suppose you know, sending mailers to, you know, a certain area, volunteer work.
Okay, I'm glad that you said that, because remember, sending mailers is part of the marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit more passive.
Mm-hmm.
For prospecting, that's more proactive, right?
Right.
So like, I'll give you an example for me. A booth or a kiosk, I don't know that that would work for me, right? I'd probably be going on expired listings or for sell by owners, circle prospecting. You know, maybe volunteer work isn't something for someone, right? Or someone is really into the numbers and likes to deal with investors. So there's a lot of different ways that you can prospect, okay? So now let's talk about both prospecting and marketing. Who wants to go through that one with us?
I'll read.
Okay.
So farming, geographic.
Oops, sorry about that, hon. Okay, go.
So for farming, geographic and demographic, events, open houses.
Wait, let's pause there. Let's pause there. Does everybody know the difference?
No.
Okay. So
Well,
give it a shot.
So I guess I never thought about farming geographically, but I guess demographically, you could probably target like empty nesters or retirees who want to downsize. I don't know if that's
exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Geographic farming is, okay, I'm looking for 200 homes in the 90803 area code, right? That's geographic. Demographic would be, okay, and I'm just saying the area code where I live in Belmont Shores. So 90803, demographic could be, like Andrea, what you said is, let me target all the empty nesters in Belmont Shore. Or let me target the non-owner occupied. So that's the difference between the geographic and the demographic. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one.
events, open houses, seminars, contests, client appreciation events, networking, sphere, past clients, allied resources agents, and purchased, referral networks, advertising networks, clientele.
Okay, and does anybody understand what the referral networks mean?
Is that like BNI?
Like Zillow? Yep, exactly. Yep. All right, let's go into marketing. Who wants to read the marketing one? We have people on here that can't be off mute, is that correct? Christian, Mario, and Brandon? Just so I know, are you in an area where you're not able to participate? If you can put that on the chat, that would be great.
I'm good. I realized my video wasn't on. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh, no worries. Mario, there's a face to the name. Hello.
Good morning.
All right, let's see. Okay, Brandon's driving. Okay, Linus isn't able to use audio. Okay, perfect. Brandon, don't get in a car wreck. You do not have to read. Okay. So who wants to do the marketing aspect of it? Mario, you go.
So the marketing, I see offline advertisement, and then it goes into radio, TV, newspapers, personal vehicles, bus stop / benches, magazine, billboards, yellow pages, grocery charts, moving vans, and category 2 is online advertisement. It's pay per click advertising, CEO, or I'm sorry, SEO, social media portals. What's SEO?
Search engine optimization.
Okay, cool. Broadcasting / content creation, radio segments, TV shows, live social media, blogs. And then we go into direct mail, postcard campaigns, special event cards, just sold / just listed cards, quarterly market updates, promotional items / swag, public relations / press, news releases, advanced columns, 7 sponsors.
And some of the ones that are on here right now, okay, like social media, blogs, you know, with social media, like, gosh, you've got Insta, TikTok, right? All of those, you can do YouTube channels. So, you know, and some of them may not work for our area, right? Like a grocery cart may or may not work in our area. I know, like when I lived in Texas for a couple years, that was a big thing, you know. Yellow pages, I don't know that in this day and age, that's, you know, something that's probably a little bit more antiquated, right? Billboards, I mean, it'd be nice if you had the finances to, so it doesn't have to be all of these. Remember, guys, these are just resources, right? A lot of different avenues that you can use for prospecting, for marketing, for both. But you wanna stick to like a niche. Okay, what am I good at, or what can I like double down and do very well? And you pick, you know, 3 to 4 things, and you just run with that. Any questions on that so far? Okay, and for those not being able to talk, I'll continue to look at the chat just to make sure that we're answering everybody's questions.
What do you think about farming in an area that's already heavily populated with realtors that are already out there?
You know, I love that question, because I will say I get that question asked almost every time with new agents. And I'm going to tell you something. Look, where do you think they were before they were the big fish, right? In the pond. Where do you think they were? They were new at one point, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knew them there at one point. You know, I've had, I was running a team out on the west side called the Busy Blondes, and I remember there were a couple heavy hitters, you know, in the west side area. And I told my agents, like, go out there and door knock, just meet people, see what they're saying, obviously pre-COVID. And, you know, they came back with some pretty interesting things. Some people were like, oh, you know, I don't want to deal with this and this agent because they got too big, and now all of a sudden it's their sign, but I'm dealing with all of their new agents or this or that, right? So it was less personable. So where we might think they're the big fish, you're still going to be able to capture an audience there. They're not going to be right for everyone, right? My personality and my style isn't going to be right for everybody. It goes the same with, you know, I'm a coach, right? It goes the same thing with coaching. It goes the same way with sellers and buyers. So I would definitely not let like a dominant agent deter you, because I will say this too. Sometimes when you get too dominant, you're not hustling as much, right? So things might slip through the cracks, where if you're new and you've got your regimen, like, okay, I'm hitting 200 doors, you know, every month. That means I hit 50 doors a week, which is roughly an hour and a half or 2. And you're diligent about that. And you're diligent about every time you knock on someone's door, you're capturing the email, or you're taking notes on, you know, their curb appeal or a dog's name or anything that you noticed personally about them or their family, or about the home, and you're inputting those notes, and now you're getting to know people on a personal level. Then you can do the handwritten notes when you're sending items of value. So you could essentially go into any market and start dominating. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. It will not happen overnight. Very typically when you are farming, it's a good 6 months to a year minimum. But I'll tell you, when you start doing it and then you get your first listing, it just kind of snowballs. We had a guy named Kevin Schuler on my team that he did his farm in Santa Ana where he lived in Floral Park. And after a year, he was like just about to give up. And then bam, like a few weeks later, he landed his first listing. And then another listing from the door knocking, from the circle prospecting. Then, you know, he would invite like a few people at a time for a little ice cream social and what have you. And pretty soon, he was a dominant person in that market. And he was making a lot of money, selling a lot of homes. And then he got a lot of buyers from that, right? Listings equals leads equals leverage. But great question, Andrea. Does that answer it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All right, so we'll spend some time go into your participant guide on page 5 so that you can take some notes. So how do you know where the customer is and how do you meet them there in terms of marketing? So we're just this is just a mastermind. I know a couple of you, can't participate, and this is open forum, guys. This is for you guys. So the more questions you have, the more you participate, the more you're going to get out of it. So in terms of customers, how do you know where they're at and how do you meet them? Anyone?
I mean, you need to ask, right, to know where they're at. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could it be something Andrea mentioned before? Could it be like empty nesters? Could it be you get with title to find out where the empty nesters are? Or, what's the turn rate for the 200 home what's the best turn rate for 200 homes or 300 homes in this zip code? Does everybody understand what turn rate means in terms of like farming? So title has statistics that give you an idea of, okay, in this area code, in these 4 or 5 streets, right? Homes sell within 6 to 7 years. And it could be that maybe, 4, 5, 6 blocks, homes sell within 10 to 12 years of the person being there. So when you're picking that, right, you're going to want to get the highest turn rate. Okay. Anyone else? But yes, Mario, asking is a good one.
Would you say social media can be a good source of finding?
Absolutely, because what happens and guys, even if you're new and you don't have any listings, I mean, look, I have listings and I would have no problem with, people saying, oh, you have a listing coming up. Can I post it on my social media? I know that one of the agents at La Mirada, when his first round of Ignite, he started posting on social media all of Keller Williams La Mirada listings. Like, hey, we just listed this home, DM me for details. I'd love to show it to you. And he started getting buyer leads. So if you start posting like that, at some point someone may DM you and say, hey, Suhei, I noticed that, you're posting a lot about real estate. I'm interested. Then the conversation starts, right? So yes, that's a good one.
Do you have to ask permission from the listing agent?
I would, yeah. And I'll tell you what, Andrea, I would be hard pressed to say that any agent would tell you no. And if they do, you just move on and go to another agent, right? All right, so how do you communicate your value proposition? And actually, even before that, have you guys thought about what your value proposition is? So that's something you're going to want to do first, right? You know, maybe it's some of it is using the Keller Williams statistics. Like, for example, Pacific Estates Long Beach, you know, we sell over $1 billion a year. That's a big number, right? You know, your value proposition could be that you pay attention to detail, or you're a great negotiator, or whatever it is, right? How would you communicate that to people once you have your value proposition? Anyone want to give it a shot?
I guess like providing value, providing education. Like in social media, you could post like, you know, 5 tips to get your offer accepted or top seller tips. But I've always been of the thought that it's best to give value because that's what people are going to remember you by, rather than just showing just homes.
You know, I love that you said that, Andrea, because the next, if you look at the next one, it's how can you come from contribution or connect in a meaningful way? Communicating your value proposition, Andrea, you're absolutely right. It's, you know, coming from contribution. If that's the agent you want to be, which I would recommend all of us to be that agent, right? Because that's what this day and age requires, coming from contribution. The social media is the best way to do it. You can do Facebook ads, you know, Instagram ads, just on your own page, you know, Tip Tuesday, what, you know, I mean, I know that Dom has like a whole, if you guys know Dom, he has a whole list of things that you can do. I know that if you get with your title reps, they also have a bunch of tips that you can do. But yeah, Andrea, absolutely. It's just coming from contribution, like how to get your offer accepted, or, you know, 5 ways to get your home prepped for highest return on investment, you know, when you're thinking about selling. And also with your value proposition too, like communicating who you are as an individual, right? I think that's important to humanize yourself. You don't want to just make it about real estate. If you have kids, or like for me, I have a nephew, I have parents, it's communicating that you are human and maybe letting them see a little bit of that side of you. How important do you think branding and aesthetic consistency is in your marketing? And how do you achieve it? Anyone want to take a shot at that one?
I mean, I don't really know, but what I do know is that if it doesn't look clean or if it's too wordy, people tend to get confused. I mean,
You're absolutely right.
but it's something this is actually something I've been thinking about a lot lately because I'm new and I want to, you know, kind of have everything consistent from the beginning. So I'm not like switching, you know, a year from now, like, oh, or everything looks mismatched. I don't know if it's just like my type A personality, but it's just something I've been thinking about lately. So I do like this question.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I'll give you an example. There's a gal at the La Mirada office, Stephanie Gutierrez, and she has curly hair. She's a beautiful gal, an amazing personality. She's a single mom, and she has the Bitmoji of her with the curly hair. And so, in a lot of her branding and a lot of her messages, she puts her Bitmoji. I don't know if you guys may or may not follow me on Insta, but when I'm posting like Ignite stuff, I usually put my Bitmoji on there. So it can be something like that, right? Andrea, like you said, clean, concise, you're right. When there is a lot of clutter, especially on social media, like our attention span is so small. So there has to be something there that catches the eye, right? Or if you're dropping off print material, make it consistent where they're seeing a consistency of, logo or color or what have you. Because could you imagine, if you are dropping off your, so you're doing a geographic farm, right? And then you're doing your once a month mailer, or you're going to do it twice a month. And 1 month you've got, black and red, with your logo. And then the next week you've got, purple and orange, or that lack of consistency, they have to see some type of consistency in order to remember it. Anyone have any other ideas of how you can achieve consistency in your marketing or branding? I think it all boils down to picking a lane, right? Pick a lane, stick to that lane. And here's the deal, guys. I do know that there are some people like, Andrea, you said you're type A. Like I know that there's, people that I've coached that are high C people, meaning super technical, super like pay attention to detail, and they could literally get caught up for weeks just thinking about what logo they want to use. And guys, just pick something that's clean, concise, and just go with it, right? Because your main objective is to prospect, to lead generate. Do you think that, so like I work, with the Anderson Real Estate Group, and the logo is like a tree, right? And then I know that, Nest SoCal uses, like a little house, right? Do you believe that they are choosing to work with you because of the tree or of the house logo? They're not. That's just a way for them to identify, oh, this is Andrea, or oh, this is Christian, or oh, this is Mario, right? That's really it. But they're not picking you because of the logo. So when it comes to those things, Andrea, keep it simple. Start prospecting, girl.
Great point, great point.
Okay. Moving right along, how do or should you follow up with the leads generated from your marketing?
Right away.
Right away, identifying them. I don't remember what Ignite session it was, but we talked about tagging them, right? Are they buyers? Are they sellers? Are they sphere of influence? And your sphere of influence can turn into a buyer or seller, right? Are they Facebook leads? So tagging them is important. And then choosing the level of hotness. Are they 0 to 90 days out? That could be an A. Are they 90 to 120 days out? That could be a B. So once you've categorized them, then you can start following up. Andrea, definitely immediately. You get a lead, it's lead to speed, right? Speed to lead. I flipped it. But you've got to get on the phone with them immediately and create that connection. And it's calling every day until you get them on the phone to either get the appointment or start building that relationship, getting them with a lender if they're a buyer. And then this way, once you've tagged everyone and you know where they're at, right? Like the top one, right? How do you know where the customer is and how do you meet them there? Now you have a customer that's a buyer, right? And maybe they're, 6 months to a year out. So now it's dripping on them, right? Building your 8x8s, your 33 touch campaigns, and picking up the phone, every other month with someone that's 6 months to a year. Could be every 2 months. But what I would be doing if I were you is picking a system, right? I shared this with people. I don't remember what I think we were talking about tags and what have you. And I shared with them, you know, tagging, like I said, buyer, seller, sphere of influence, Facebook lead ad, whatever it is. And then going like your A's level of hotness is like, you know, 0 to 90 days, and 90 to 120 is a B, you know, like 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12 months, right? A, B, C, D. And then with your nurtures and your sphere of influence, you definitely want to touch them quarterly. And what I mean by touch is that's aside from all your automated stuff. That's aside from the drip campaigns, from the emails. This is, I'm picking up the phone, I'm direct messaging, I'm, you know, sending a card or any, like a pop by, anything like that. And then your level of consistency, you're gonna get, like with your, let's say 6 months, you know, or 3 months to 6 months, you're going to want to hit them up more than every quarter, right? Maybe it's once a month so that you stay top of mind on top of your smart plans, drip campaigns, and what have you. Anyone have any questions on that? All right, so now I'm going to need to share my screen with you because we are going to show you how to design stuff in Command. Is everybody good, or does anybody need a break before we move on to this? Okay. Andrea stepped out. Why don't we do this? Why don't we just take a quick 5 minutes? Okay. For those of you that don't need a restroom break or anything like that, maybe I'll be logged in, but maybe you can get on your computer and log in, or you could just follow with me, whatever works for you. Okay. But we'll just take a quick 5. See you back at 10:42. All right, guys, we're back. So if you'd like, you can either take notes, follow along, but I also am at the end of this going to give you like a couple of links and places where you could actually watch videos to get more used to and accustomed to doing these campaigns on your own, okay? So for designs and campaign, you're gonna log into command. So this is the home screen, okay? Then we're gonna go down here to the designs applet. Everyone's able to look at my screen, correct? Okay, perfect. So we're gonna go into the designs. Okay, do you see this plus sign right here? Okay, so all of these things that you can do in design templates, right? You can email, you can do a landing, you can put it on social media, you can print it, or on your agent site, okay? So this plus sign right here, hold on, open it up. Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me move this over. I don't know why it took me to this one. Give me a minute. Okay, we already did this one. Let me go back. Give me 1 minute. You guys know how to get into like a buyer consultation and all that, because that was that screen. Is that correct? Just since we were there. Okay, good. Okay, so you're gonna log into command. Okay, the designs applet. Okay, and then you can go right here to print. Let me bring this down. Sorry, my screen is a little slow. Just see how you just select one of those tabs. You can do open house, anything like that. And now you have it here, and you can literally go in and just, if you want to add text to it, you can go here to the images, Facebook, drawing shapes. You can come in here and edit any of these. You can, if you have like a picture or anything like that, you can import it into here. And I'm going to take you to shortly, actually right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to post, let me grab it from my facilitator guide. There's a couple of links. Actually, I'm just going to have you go on Command Your Conversion. There are some links that I'm going to give you, but has everybody joined the Facebook group forum called Command Your Conversion?
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm going to put this in the chat because, so this is just kind of showing you how you get in, how you pick a template, and then you can draw and add shapes and everything, right? But if you want to start getting into the nitty gritty, there's a Facebook page called Command Your Conversion. And look, guys, they're on Command Your Conversion. I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to share my screen with you. Oh, I'm already there. Okay. Okay, can everybody see my Facebook page right now? Okay, so I'm on Command Your Conversion right now. So I can go in here. Hang on 1 minute. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is everything that you can think of when it comes to command, okay? All Keller Williams. So you can go under files. This is like a great resource, okay? Look at all of these. New recruit smart plan, like all these smart plans, first time home buyer smart plan. So you can go in here and actually see how to do all of this. So today, obviously, I'm just showing you how to get in to do the designs, right? But when you want to create, okay, I want to create a design for an open house or a design for a just listed or just sold or my geographic farming, you can always come in here, okay? And also, there's YouTube pages, but you can also go here, right? And just search how to create, let's see, what kind of design? Let's just go just listed design. You hit enter, and in here, you're gonna see all kinds of stuff. You'll see videos, so you can literally just go in here and you can glean a lot of ideas from here too. There's a lot of agents that will post their work, what they've done. And like, they'll say, oh, I did this campaign and this one worked great. Or I did this one, it didn't work so great. So guys, this is a huge, huge resource for you. The other one that you want to join too is, if you haven't already, is Lab Coat Agents. You can literally go in there and ask anything and but on Command Your Conversion, that's the other thing. You can go in there and say, hey, having trouble with creating this campaign. Can anyone give me advice? And you'll start getting people to give you feedback, give you answers, and give you direction, okay? Anybody have any questions? Has anyone done a design in Command yet? Mario, you have. Unmute yourself. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I did one. I did a few actually. They're really cool. I do a lot of like Instagram stories and the Instagram posts. So yeah, they have some really cool templates. I really like I haven't done it yet, but I've seen it. I've seen Nick do it, but there's like a little animation video that you could do about your like neighborhood smart plans. That's something that I want to kind of jump on soon and put that. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's a love and hate relationship still.
It's a lot of what?
A love and hate relationship still with it.
Yes, it's like anything, right? When you're first learning it and when it's a new system, it does have glitches, but that's where, you know, you get on Command Your Conversion, you're looking at the videos, and, you know, Nick Baldwin actually is the one that heads up Command Your Conversion for Keller Williams. And he's super, super good about answering questions. And he has a lot of YouTube videos. You can go on YouTube, Nick Baldwin, and he's got all kinds of videos in there.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's look at some people's marketing stuff. Okay. You can see the screen, right? Here, I'm going to move this down here. All right. In looking at this ad, says you're invited, open house. Who do you think the intended audience for this marketing piece is? When you look at this marketing piece, what does it scream at you? What type of person do you think is going to look at this ad and connect to it?
Older?
Yep. Mario, when you look at it, what do you think? You're on mute. Okay, go ahead.
So when I see it, I'm potential buyers.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Suhei?
I don't know. I guess I didn't. You're right, older, but that stained glass thing, I don't know. I thought maybe an artist or it looks the brick. I don't know. But yeah, I think older is probably a better fit.
But you know what's interesting? It's interesting just to hear from just 3 people, right? That there was a different appeal to 3 different people. So with that said, how might you improve this piece further? Like, I'll tell you what I see when I look at it. Like, yes, I see older, and I see literally just someone with a big extended family just spending like a lot of time either cooking or like hanging out on these lounges and just like conversating and eating. But like a lot of people. I don't know why. That's just what, right?
So just to clarify, you said if there was more people in there, in like if there's like silhouettes or people in the
like when you look at this ad, because we're talking about marketing, right? So you
Right.
pick this piece as your marketing piece. And when I asked you guys, like, what do you think the target audience is? You know, and Mario, you said buyers, you know, Andrea said older, Suhei agreed, and then maybe like an artist with a stained glass window. What, if anything, would you do to change this marketing piece? Like, is there anything that you feel you could do to improve it?
Okay. I think one thing is like, what am I invited to? I know it's a picture of a house, but it's not giving me any much content of like, what am I, is it an open house? Is it a virtual open house? Maybe, oh, I know it says open house there, but
you know, it's Mario, this is why we're talking, because this is marketing, right? So you at first glance looked at this and had no idea it was an open house. Why? Because this was small. It says you're invited in real big, and then what am I invited to, right? And then this is small. So yeah, that might be something that I look at and say, man, maybe I need to make that bigger, right? Or what does the rest of the house look like? Could I appeal to the masses, not just to maybe Suhei, an artist, or you know, Andrea, maybe like older people, or just someone that has like a big family that's just going to be cooking, right? Because that's definitely not me. So what does the rest of the house have that can maybe, like, does it have a cool hip backyard that could appeal to maybe a different type of demographic, right? That we can maybe put not just this picture, but maybe 2 or 3 pictures of the home. And to Mario's point, what am I invited to? I mean, this is pretty small. And remember, like, especially in this day and age where, I mean, like, our brains are like ADD, right? Because on social media, we're just scrolling, right? We don't even see a majority of the stuff. So you really have to pay attention to that when you're putting out a marketing piece, okay? So let's look at another one. So what do you think is the purpose of this marketing piece? I want you to really read this because this confused me a little bit.
I guess like, which property am I looking at? it's over an aerial view of it, but you don't know which property you're gonna be.
So if you look, it says things are heating up in Gem Heights. I don't know where Gem Heights is. It's somewhere here in, somewhere here in the United States. So there's a picture there of Gem Heights. And then it says average listing price is $362,080. And the average sold price is well below, right? But then if you look here, there's only 4 actives and 26 total pending homes. They're telling me that the average days on market is NA and the average price per square foot is $199. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, are these agents just overpricing it because there's really like only 4 homes that are available and there's 26 that are already under contract? My brain would think like that even if I wasn't an agent, because I'm like a numbers person, right? So could there, like, things are heating up in Gem Heights? If I'm a seller, this is a little confusing to me, right? If I'm a buyer, okay, like I'm thinking maybe it's appealing to buyers, but what are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I would have to agree. As a buyer, I think, oh, well, maybe this is a great time to find a deal. I don't know why they wouldn't have an average days on market available. That's something I like to see, because it helps test like the temperature of things. And then things are heating up. I'm not sure, but then I saw there's a lot of pools, so maybe the temperature's hot, like the actual environment. And
okay, Andrea, I love that you said that, because I'll be brutally honest with you. That is not something I thought of. I thought they thought things are heating up, meaning the market's hot, but who's the market hot for? And it's super confusing to me.
I mean, that was not my first thought. I was just trying to connect the dots.
Right? But what does this marketing piece, in other words, the ones talking right now, right? And let me just see if no one's on a chat. Okay, no one did the chat. The people that are on here that are talking, we all look at this, and we're in real estate, mind you. And this is a little confusing to us, right? So maybe writing a little message of what does this mean? So instead of maybe leaving so much room to interpretation, maybe writing something about it, like, because it is confusing, right? If they're trying to accomplish getting buyers, homes are selling very quickly in Gem Heights. However, they're selling, for whatever percentage below list price. Now's the time to buy with interest rates so low. That then kind of connects the dots a little bit more, right? So the purpose of showing you these different marketing pieces is when you're putting something out, and here's the deal, okay? Andrea, I'm speaking to you. Here's the deal. When it comes to content, the successful agents will tell you, when you're doing a video, you're putting out a marketing piece, whatever. If you overanalyze it, you'll get overanalysis paralysis, and you just will never put something out there, or it'll be 3 or 4 weeks. And our jobs are just prospect, right? And marketing is more passive. So don't overthink it. Put something out there, but keep things like this in mind, right? The last one only appealed to a short audience, so maybe we can mix up the pictures and appeal to a broader audience. This is a little confusing. Maybe I can put a little snippet in here so that it doesn't leave so much open room to interpretation. And we've got some people think, oh, there's a lot of pools, that's why it's heating up, or what does this mean, Make sense?
Yeah. And what about like a call to action? I don't know if it's a postcard or what.
I love that you said that. Call to action, right? There's no call to action. So, hey, now's a great time to buy in Gem Heights. Things are heating up because people are selling look at that. It's $40,000 below on average of list price. We've got 4 active homes on the market. Clearly from the 26 pending, things are moving fast. Interest rates are low. Call me to set up an appointment or something, right? Any call to action. That would be something great. So what does this one tell you?
Well, I love that middle just listed one with all the weeds. Like, is it
Oh, that one's a
commercial?
vacant lot.
Yeah, like, is it a commercial? It's just too much.
I like how it says it's all in the details, but what are the details?
Yeah.
And look, there's no phone number, no call to action. Who do you think this is intended for?
Sellers.
I kind of
Mario,
was
would you
gonna
say buyers?
I was gonna say buyer
Yeah.
because of that middle one where it says open builder. Like, I guess a buyer can imagine his dream home there. But
Yep.
yeah.
And then piggybacking on this, what else could you do? Okay, so we talked about like the call to action, right? Putting in a phone number, maybe giving a little bit like, what does it mean? It's all in the details. Is it that, you know, you're a listing agent that has these and you are able to prep homes to get highest return on investment, you know, or is it all in the details because, you know, you are an agent that cares about what the buyer or seller is looking for? Like, you know, there's not like a value prop or anything in here, right? Call to action, phone number. But if you had all that, how else could you piggyback this marketing piece? What other ways could you, like if this was a drop-off piece for a geographic farm, how could you expand on that? How could you even be more top of mind if you did this as a drop-off piece? And you have from your title rep, right? Your 200 doors in your farm, and you've got addresses, and you've got maybe an email address or something. Could you target this ad on a Facebook campaign? So obviously clean up the ad, right? But then target that specific area that you want to target on Facebook using the same ad. So now if I'm at home and I get this drop-off piece and now I'm perusing Instagram or Facebook and then I see this again, are you going to be more top of mind to me? You know, in this day and age, guys, where we are so abundantly overwhelmed with TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those things. How relevant am I if I'm posting once a week or twice a week? I would say probably like not very, right, Andrea? Like I would say like 10 years ago, maybe it'd be like, dang, Susie's on there a lot, twice or three times a week. Right now, if you're not posting, you know, daily, like 3, 4, 5, you know, I got the stories, I got this, I got to make the TikTok video and then I got to post it to Facebook and Instagram. And, you know, you're just simply not freaking relevant. So you got to be able to, okay, do your call to action, do all of that, and then piggyback on it by either your social media ads, right, or your an email campaign, or picking up the phone and circle prospecting like we talked about earlier. So the more times you hit them with marketing, the more top of mind you're gonna be. So when you're thinking about marketing, you gotta make sure that you set over like a task. Okay, how many times am I gonna hit what audience? How am I gonna hit them? And don't deviate from that because you wanna track your return on investment, right? And then you wanna see what's working and what's not working. And then make sure that you don't only do it for a month and see no results and they say, okay, this didn't work. Because you're right, it's not. It takes a little longer than that. Any questions on that one? All right, I'm going to show you on KW Command where to access campaigns. Has anyone done one? Mario, have you done a campaign? You're on mute, but I saw you not.
Yeah. It's definitely on my on my to-do list.
Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, so if you see right here, so now we're logged into KW Command again, right? You can hover over all of these. You see here where it says campaigns? You click on it. All right, and here's one thing that you guys will need to do, okay? You're gonna need to make sure that your social media is connected if you wanna create campaigns or, like email campaigns, social media. So you're gonna go to connect. Actually, you're gonna go here, okay, so you're gonna go here to settings. And this is to connect your social media profile and everything. You're gonna go to settings. And then you're gonna go to command settings. And then you're gonna go to applications. Okay, and then you can connect all of these here so that you can, send an email, you can post on Facebook, post on Twitter. Anyone have any questions on that? Has anybody done that yet? And you guys, I know that this is a lot, so I just want you guys to get the gist of how to get in there, okay? And these are all of the things that you can do once your accounts are connected. You can do paid ads, you can do emails, direct mail, social posts, and then here you can pay for it, okay? I'm gonna have you watch, here, I'm gonna move this down. I'm gonna share a different screen with you. Are you able to see Nick Baldwin's face right now? So I wanted to show you, so when you go on YouTube, you can go to Nick Baldwin, right? And like this one here says how to create and send email campaigns in Command. I wanted to show you this one so that you can get an idea, because everyone's gonna do something different, right? And clearly we don't have time to go through how to do an email, then how to do the open house one, then how to do this. But I wanted to show you on Command how you can get in, how you can connect your account. But then when you want to get more specific on what you want to do, then you can just go on Command Your Conversion or on YouTube. Nick Baldwin is like really good. So I'm going to go here. Actually, are you able to hear? Hold on. I'm going to need to. I just need to share my computer sound. Give me 1 minute. All right, and you guys see Nick Baldwin on my page, correct? Can someone not? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Andrea. Okay, here we go.
Your regional technology trainer for Michigan Northern. Hey everybody, how you doing? Nick Baldwin here, regional technology trainer for Michigan Northern Ohio. And today I'm going to teach you guys how to create an email campaign, how to put together a beautiful template that you want to send to your clients, whether it's to advertise listings or have them download your app, whatever the case may be. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And the cool part is that if you're watching this before June 23rd, You still have to use MailChimp to send that out. If you're watching this after June 23rd, you don't have to use MailChimp anymore. You can use command email to send your beautiful.
I don't know what happened. Give me a minute. Oh gosh. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My entire email and YouTube went down. Okay, well, give me 1 minute. I wasn't going to take you through those 13 minutes anyways, but he literally goes step by step. This is where Command Your Conversion and Nick Baldwin's YouTube videos are going to be very helpful for you. Also, you can go under KW, under Command Technology, and there's a lot of videos there as well. Okay, now I know, like, for me, there's some things I can learn by watching a video. I know for me, there's other things I have to learn by having someone do it with me. So however you learn, there's a lot of people here that have done, I mean, like Mario did. Mario, you did an email campaign, you said, right?
No, I haven't yet.
No, which campaign did you say you did? Oh, you did a design,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So if you go on and you know that Mario or Brandon or someone has done a design and you're looking at the video and you're still having trouble, like, you can always reach out to anybody, to me, to Nick, to Eddie, to anybody, to help you out with that. But those YouTube videos and Command Your Conversion are a really, really good resource for you. So does anybody have any questions or anything that they would like to talk about? This is your time to ask me questions on any marketing, prospecting questions that you may have.
So if you do a design on command, let's say it's for something print, so you just take that design and send it to the printer, or do they have something like a service that we could connect our command to send our design?
There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can print out of the office. Like if you have, there are, like I have PWR, I don't know what boards you guys are associated with, but sometimes they have, actually not even there. I know that Keller Williams has a website, and I apologize that I don't know what it is, but there are places that you can go and get, like, the open house things that have the hole in it, and then you can just print on that, or getting thicker paper, right, that you can put into your printer and just print from there. If not, you can save it, email it out to a printing service and have them print it out for you as well.
I recommend exporting it as a PDF always. Any type of design you're going to do.
There you go. Mario is absolutely right, because that's the best way to do it. Export it as a PDF. Thank you, Mario. Any other questions? So guys, is prospecting proactive or passive?
Proactive.
That's going to get your results quick right now, right? Marketing, passive, could require some money. So when you're thinking about that, remember, one of the things that you want to do as new agents is leading with revenue. So you're going to want to, not break the bank and give yourself a small budget, maybe partnering up with a lender or title to maybe co-brand, right? To where they can pick up a little bit of the cost to co-brand it. Pick a dollar amount that you want to do and stick to that, but stay consistent, whether it be like Facebook ads, I know that a lot of people right now are doing Facebook ads and getting a lot of buyers. But one of the problems, guys, is if you start getting those leads and you're not following up on them immediately and calling every day until that person picks up the phone, understand that you're wasting your money if you're doing some paid social media ads, right? So you got to prepare that when you're time blocking in your calendar, that you're time blocking time, or be prepared that when those ads come in, that you're picking up that call immediately, and that every day that you're going to call them until you get a hold of them. You know, if it's like print work or anything like that, you know, email, right, that doesn't cost you anything. Posting on your own social media doesn't cost you anything. So maybe you start doing that for now and co-branding with a vendor and start there. Get a couple transactions in, right, before you start, you know, spending more and more monies. Questions? And remember, guys, marketing is passive. It is more long-term, and you have to stay consistent. Keep your message clear and concise. Have a call of action. And make sure that you're consistent. Statistically speaking, guys, you could be farming something for 6 months. And as people start knowing, oh, I know Andrea from Keller Williams, as you start picking up momentum, if you stop for 2 months, that momentum's gone and it's almost like you're starting over again. So you stay consistent. Any other questions? Anything anybody's having, you know, any setbacks with, or anything that you need help with that maybe could be beneficial to the entire group? We have a little bit of time. Are you guys all doing this full-time or part-time?
It's kind of a mix for me.
Okay.
I work full-time remotely for a real estate team up north.
Okay.
But I'm transitioning to full-time sales here.
Okay. And are you guys time blocking consistently? Like, even if it's 2 days a week, 2 hours a day, I'm going to prospect. Mario, you are? It's okay.
Yeah,
This is why you in this class, so you learn. Mario, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, I just transitioned full time. And so it's something that I'm kind of working with my coach, time blocking and creating a solid schedule on that. Also blocking in lead generation and doing more command stuff.
And Mario, what brokerage are you with?
I'm with Pacific Estate Long Beach.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not time blocking as well as I should be.
It's hard. Trust me. I kind of I'm very type A where I need to get like every line item down, and I think Eddie was talking about it last. I'm not sure if it was Friday. I think it was Friday. About like it doesn't have to be nitty gritty. It just has to be like bulks, like the solid 4 that he talked about, or the big rocks. Excuse me.
Yes. You know, I had an agent that I had, not that I coach, but she's in the brokerage, and she's like, I feel overwhelmed because I feel like I'm not going to be able to get to my sphere every couple months. So I'm like, okay, how many people are in your sphere? 200. Okay. How many days out of the week, how many hours a day can you make a call to your sphere? Well, I can do 1 hour. Okay, perfect. In 1 hour, about how many people do you think that you could talk to in your sphere? About 10. Okay, take 200 divided by 10. That's 20. You actually can get it done in a month or less. Like, you know what I mean? But we don't think like that, right? So if you literally just break it down to its lowest common denominator, which is, Mario, what you're talking about, right? That you're working with your coach on the time blocking. That's all it is. Especially if you have another job, it's put in the calendar. Okay, I'm working at, AT&T Monday, Wednesday, Friday from, 4 to 7 or 5 to 10, whatever it is, right? And then time blocking your days off, like when you need to spend time with your significant others, your family, your friends, right? That's super important. And then looking at it and, okay, where can I do my lead gen? And that's the first and foremost thing. Mario, thank you very much for reminding us. That's your big rocks. Lead generating is your big rocks. But yeah, if anybody needs help with that, you guys can call Mario. I'm just kidding. You guys can call me, email me, or get with your guys' coaches. All right, so let's do the last thing and turn to page 6 in your participant guide. And just look through these and either think about them in your head or write it down. I'm gonna share my screen again. So just take 5 minutes to write down how your thinking has changed. What do you feel differently about and what was meaningful to you? How will your behaviors be different going forward? What actions will you take? And what tools, models, or systems will you use? And how will they make you accountable? So I'm going to give you like 5 minutes. All right, I see it looks like most of you are done. We had some drop off, but Andrea, why don't we start with you?
Sure.
How has your thinking changed, or any ahas, anything that you want to share with us from this exercise?
Yeah. How has my thinking changed? Don't overthink. I suffer from death by paralysis type of thing. Like I just overthink things. So that's definitely something I'm going to start doing. Just do it. I also loved, like, an aha moment was what you said about dominant agents. They started at some point, and that, you know, you're not going to cater to everybody, and so there's always going to be someone there that's more, you know, that's going to connect with you, you know, and relate to you or like you. And then things I'm going to do and start utilizing is I definitely have to do the time blocking and putting everyone on some sort of 8x8 or 33 touch campaign, because I don't do that right now.
Because if we get the lead and we don't work it, right?
Yeah.
What was the point of getting the lead?
Exactly.
All right. Mario. Thank you, Andrea.
Yeah, same what as Andrea shared about like the design and like posting, like just keeping it simple and clean. I really like what you said about the farming. It typically takes 6 months to a year. That kind of gives me like a nice like timeline to kind of set that as a goal, as to just invest and not give up, and knowing that it might take that long or it might take longer. Also, you know, consistent on my time blocking, and also, like you said, posting, keeping the social media presence going on, at least like, you know, constantly. And then what I'm going to be doing is utilizing the YouTube tutorials you shared, so I can learn command better and how to utilize that better too.
I'll tell you, man, those YouTube tutorials and that command your conversion, that can make a layman like me an expert. Like, you just got to go in and do them. Because admittedly, like, I'm not huge on technology, right? But, you know, those videos, like, it really is kind of a step-by-step. And yeah, you know, when we talked about the time blocking, you're going to have to time block some time to actually look at those videos and learn that, right? So we got to put that in our calendar as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christian, I'm not sure if you're able to speak, and then I've got 2 iPhones.
It's Celinda with the iPhone.
Hi, Celinda.
For me, more just, I guess, posting on social media and actually going into in command, and like everybody else said, doing more of the time blocking to figure out these things and actually getting them into playing a part of my schedule.
Perfect. I got a Christian Polona and another iPhone. I don't know if they're able to talk. Christian.
Hi,
Okay.
yes. The command. I've actually used the email campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and posting like, you know, real estate information or real estate pretty much news on CNBC or you know, Yahoo Finance or something like that. You know, just letting them know what's going on out there. And you know, it's time consuming to get it down the first time, but once you get a hang of it, it's pretty easy. And yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of getting all my contacts organized and putting them in there so they can start receiving some type of email drip, either, you know, their neighborhoods, updates on their neighborhoods, or anything real estate.
Awesome.
I don't know if that was a question or not, but
No,
I'm driving, so
great.
I'm just chiming in.
No, Christian,
I'm driving and
great.
I'm chiming in just by what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love that it sounds like everybody is on board with the fact that they actually need to go and put people in command, because there's things that you can do on there, right? That can help you prospect as well as market. So you can do the proactive and passive.
It's such a great tool. Once you get the hang of it, I mean, it took me maybe about 2 weeks to set it all up. But once I got it, I mean, you know, and you start playing with it, it's a game changer, that's for sure. As far as just reaching out to your immediate contacts, whether you have them on Facebook or Instagram or whatnot, or your spear, you know, but it's just, you know, once you get whoever in there and you have an email, and of course you reach out to them, however you're reaching out to them, just let them know, hey, let me send some information to you, and it works.
I mean, I see it this way with command, right? Have any of you written an offer on zip forms and then how to do the DocuSign and all that? Okay, Mario, how long did it take you to do your first one?
For DocuSign,
I mean, like to figure out, okay, I gotta upload an RPA, I gotta put everything in, like at first, was it pretty time consuming and you felt like a little overwhelmed?
yeah.
Or are you a natural born techie, Mario?
Oh, no, it does take me a while. But for that specifically to go into command, I think.
No. I'm using the example of that, right? Like initially when you're first writing your first offer, right? And then everything that goes into it and then putting it in DocuSign. But trust me, then you do your fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh offer, and all of a sudden you're like whipping away like 10 minutes. Okay, I'm good. It's off. It's going. That's how command is. It's like we just got to get in there, watch the videos, play with it. And then like Christian said, then the things become really easy. Oh my gosh, I got all my people in command. I can just send all my sellers this email. I can send all my buyers this email, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Love it. All right, guys, any other questions? All right, well, that's it for the day. So thank you guys. And tomorrow's your next class at 10.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.